Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. An absolute pleasure to be able to speak to you today.
Thank you so much.
Very easy question to kick off with.
Okay.
For people who don't know anything about Gangs of Lagos, what can they expect? Who wants to take that?
You want to take that?
Well, Gangs of Lagos is gritty, it's very original, it's very true to the story. It's an actual story of the realities in Lagos, and it's the best thing out of Africa right now.
Very exciting
Reality
as
in
well.
some parts of Lagos, because Isaliko is a part of Lagos, so it's the reality there, the life that they live there.
Yeah.
And maybe you can give us a little bit of a background. What was the starting point for the story, and why did you want to tell this on the big screen?
That's for the director.
That's for the director to,
Yeah, the director's not here.
because we're basically actors on set. It's what they tell us to do that we do.
Well, what was the appeal then from reading the script?
Okay. So for me, it was three things: the story, the filmmaker, and the cast. Those are the three things that I think helped me make my decision about being a part of Gangs of Lagos. It's a very, very beautiful story, very riveting, very true, like Tobi said as well. And I think it's a story that needed to be told. And it couldn't have come at a better time as well. So, yeah.
And maybe you can give us just like a little bit of a glimpse of each of your characters.
Okay.
And, perhaps how you could relate to them and how you might be very different.
Okay. So I played the character of Gift. She is a very, very strong, bad. Can I say the other word? Bad.
But,
Yes. She's incredible. She writes for the people that she loves. She's not afraid to speak her mind. And she's also very, very strong. We're similar in the sense that I write for the people that I love. If I love you, you will know that I love you. Yeah, I don't believe in like being quiet about the love that you have for people, because you never know what time you have left. So I'm very vocal about the people I love, and I write for the people that I love. Now I don't go around.
You don't love me.
I love you.
You've never told me.
I've told you numerous times that I love
bigger
you.
microphone.
I love you.
I've not feel it.
I love you.
Okay.
We're different in the sense that I don't go around killing people, just that. And also, I'm physical, but I don't, you will never catch me fighting anybody physically. But yeah, so those are some of the differences and similarities between myself and my character.
Okay.
Okay, I'll start with the differences between myself and my character. So my character doesn't
What's your
talk
character's
a lot.
name?
My character's name is Obalola. So Obalola is a man of few words, more action. Like with him, there's everything to what he does. And to me, well, it's not like there's not. But he's a very quiet guy. Obalola carries the responsibility of everybody. Almost everybody around him he feels responsible for. He's a loyalist, he's a family person, he's a friend, he's a hard worker. And in a different or faced with different circumstances, he might have had a different, future. Which is, it would have been a great guy still. So, that's...
Still a great guy, just in a different way.
Yeah, still a great guy, still in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the role of Mama Ife. Very interesting character. I had to channel my mother to play that role. So Mama Ife is the mother to one of the gang members. She saw how they grew from the very young age to, the age they were in before the whole fight in the movie, kicked off. So she's loved her son, Pana. Pana is a stage name, and he's Ife in the film. And they're like three gang members, Pana, Obalola, and Gift. And so she saw them, cared for them like they were her kids all through the years. And she's just a regular mom trying to make sure that life was good for her, her son, and her son's friends. But a very strong woman. Yeah.
And the thing that really struck me watching it is just how, you know, the production values are so high and the incredible set pieces and the choreographed kind of stunt scenes. What was it like being on this set, and what did the preparation look like to be able to pull all this off? Were there some really challenging moments?
Oh my gosh.
I think filming was for
It's
for
filled
like
with
50
challenging
50
moments.
50, 60 days?
Almost
Yeah.
60 days.
60 days of
Because we
film.
actually shot in the streets of Isaleko.
The actual
And
streets.
even parts of the people there joined the project
Yeah.
as extras.
Yeah.
So it was them like really living their lives or some of their lives on camera.
On camera, yeah.
And we had to do stunt training.
Went to stunt training.
Absolutely, it was fun. It was
It was fun, but it was also
Challenging and
really
fun.
challenging
Really,
because
really
some of the fight
challenging.
scenes took multiple days to film.
days and nights. We shot
yeah.
round the clock. There was a
Shot
scene
round the
where
clock.
I remember if he was like this, he was literally sleeping, and nobody could fault him because it was like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like shot almost. We were filming 16, 17, 18 hours every day.
I remember
those days.
my wedding pictures, I looked so...
He got married
Yeah.
not too long after the film, after we finished
2
filming,
days.
and he looks hungry in his wedding pictures. So sorry.
The life we chose.
Yeah, well, that's the life we chose. That's the life we chose. Yeah. So
And on the flip side, you know, were there some moments that you'll really cherish, some real highlights? Because you must have, you know, being in that intense environment, you must have created such a bond as well.
Yeah.
for me, I would say that the moments I spent on the streets with the actual people that live on the streets were very special for me, because on a normal day I'd be too scared to go to those particular places. But filming there, week in, week out, they kind of became like family. We'd see each other, we'd hail each other, they'd call your name, we'd laugh and all of that. And I think that's really special. And this film is us like doffing our hats to the people of Isaleko, you know. And I just love the fact that I was able to experience them in their humanity. I thought that was really special. And I think that's something I'm going to carry around with me for a very long time.
And it was very helpful because just being around them kind of gives you a lot of material as an actor.
Yes,
to
yes.
feed off from. So
Yeah.
that was also a blessing for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And it definitely has, you know, the grittiness and, you know, there's no getting away from it, you know, very violent scenes of an action thriller. But then that is balanced by these other moments where, you know, characters having to show, you know, a lot of vulnerability.
And emotion.
And in these emotions. So was that another important thing, do you think, in the making of it, to have those balanced?
I definitely think that was really important because I think it balances the film and it also humanizes the characters that we were playing. Everybody goes through moments of pain and everybody has challenges, and I think it was really important to see them in those places and trying to make sure that the choices that you make bring those characters to life so that the audience that are watching it can feel
And understand.
and understand exactly what these characters are going through. Because we'd be kidding ourselves if we just went there and did anything without the audience connecting to it. So it was really important to do the characters justice in those scenes, especially the emotional scenes. Those emotional scenes definitely did take a lot out of all of us.
Because I feel
to
like
be honest.
the emotional scenes answer the question as to why.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when you're seeing the gritty, the action, the, you know,
Those are exciting.
The soulful moments are the why.
Yeah.
And in terms of what people might take away from watching it, or some of the themes that emerge, I mean, it is trying to capture kind of the reality, you know, for some people living in these places.
Yeah.
And the fact that how much are you a product of your environment?
Yeah.
Would you have been able to make different choices
Yeah.
if you were born in a different place?
I think something that's really special about Gangs of Lagos is that I don't know that it's necessarily trying to teach you any lesson. I think what Gangs of Mirror does is that it's giving you a mirror.
Gangs of
Gangs of
Lagos.
Gangs of Lagos. Sorry, Gangs of Lagos does is that it gives you a
Yeah.
mirror, and it shows you this is what
This is
things are
why.
like. Do you want it to stay this way? You know, and I think that's what it does. It shows you, like, it makes us look internally
inwards, yeah.
and be like, this is how things can things be better? How can we be involved in things getting better? What can we do? Because every single person has a role to play. In making things better, and I think that's what it does. It's like a mirror. It's just showing you.
And it was
things.
Gangs of Lagos opened people's eyes, or it will open a lot of people's eyes to, you know, those people who live there, the reason why they're there, and the reason why they're not able to make certain choices that, you know, would give them a better life. Because the circumstances surrounding the kind of life that they're living in, it's gross, like it's really, really bad. And because they don't have, the choices are limited, they have to go with the ones that will make, you know, life easy for them at the moment and not the long run.
Yeah.
You'd see that they're human beings, but they don't have the choices that we regular people have, quote unquote regular people.
Like we're all products of our environment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think Gangs of Lagos just has a way of humanizing the people, and because I think that's really important, because they're people just the same way.
Yeah, you can just wake up and judge them and say, oh, you're like this, you're that, you're a gangster. That's the way your father was. You'll be like that.
Yeah.
Because in the story, his father was killed, and the mom said, you know, your father died that way, you're going to die that way, and all of that. But forgetting that we also have to make the choices that would change our lives, and for us to do that, we have to break some boundaries.
I like that it brings the conversation of destiny. Generally, something it brings up a destiny conversation and how either your actions or inactions can affect
your life
and your life as a whole.
In general,
And can you say a few words as well about filmmaker Jade? I mean, kind of emerging as this kind of queen of Nollywood, of the action
Genius.
genre.
Jade is
she's incredible.
Terrific filmmaker.
Genius.
Like, I have a career that spanned over 23 years, right? And in those 23 years, the specific directors I would love to, I've worked with and would love to work with. And Jade ticked all the boxes for me, and was just hoping that one day she will call me. And when she called me, I just ran for it. I was like, oh yes, you know, I would want to work with, because she's so detailed, she's so focused, she's so determined. Jade won't let you get away with mediocre. No, she wants to bring out the best in you, and when she gets it, she'll tell you, I got it. Yeah, but if you feel that you don't get it, she'll give you the opportunity to bring it out. But you know, she's such a passionate filmmaker that I think anyone will want to work with, would love to work with. And she has a relationship with the actors. You know, she's not that kind of person that will bring you on set and she's done with directing and you're off. Like, if she feels there's something off with your mood, and she'll come to you. Like, are you okay? You want to take a break? You want to do this? You know, she's that passionate, you know, towards her work and towards the people she works with.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things about Jade is that she approaches everything she does with a spirit of excellence. And I think that that's incredible. In a world where you can get away with mediocrity, she always strives to be excellent at everything that she does. And I also love the fact that she genuinely cares about her actors. She doesn't just care about what she can get from you. She cares about you as a human being. And then she's very audacious. She thinks big, and I like people that think big.
For me, I would say she's genius, because in a lot of her projects, Jade is using people that typically or mostly haven't acted before. So it's a balance of the great actors and then people that people haven't probably seen on screen. Like we have myself, pretty new in the game. You have a musician who hasn't acted before, Cash, Zlatan, Yemoli, like people that
has a really special eye.
People they haven't, and then we have a director who's able to bring out great acting out of these people. So that's genius ability.
And I mean, the follow-up question was going to be also kind of breaking some of those kind of stereotypes about who would make a film, you know, of this kind of, you know, sensibility. And, you know, even in Hollywood, you don't see many female directors kind of at the helm of these sorts of films. So that is breaking down boundaries. And then the other thing I want to say, you know, of course, being the first African original film, I think, on Prime, you know, is that kind of quite a breakthrough moment, the fact that it's kind of, you know, an African story going out to a global audience.
It is.
Yeah, it's an African story made by an African going out to a global audience. I think that's really special. It's been a long time coming. Yeah, we want many of those. We don't want one of those, but it's a good place to start.
Yeah, it's a good place to start.
So I think we're headed in the right direction. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing all that.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.